All right, hey everyone. So this is video number 2 in the 3 videos. The first one was the 2B mindset overview of what that nutrition system is. And then now this is the second one that Beachbody has, and it is the container system. So this one, I'm going to try to do my best. I only did the container system for a short period of time, but I can at least give you an overview of what it is and how it's different from 2B mindset. So the container system is exactly what it is. You use containers. I wish I could hold all of them in my hand, at least. Hold on. I'm going to try. I'm missing one though. Ha, got them all. So here are the containers that when you hear people talk about the container system, or whenever they started 21 Day Fix, Autumn Calabrese is the one who created the container system. So it's definitely a good way if you have never done portion control. I suggest you at least try this, because 2B mindset, as you saw if you watched that video first, it's based upon the plated concept. So it's based on like what your plate should look like. So how much carbs, fruits, proteins, vegetables should all be on your plate in a visual format. Whereas a container system, you use these containers or the equivalent to what the measurement is, which I'll show you what that is, to plan out your meals. So it's the same thing, it's just using the containers to help you with portion control. So if you've never done anything with portion control, and portions is something that you really, really struggle with, I suggest you at least give this a try for a couple of weeks, or at least a month. I suggest you give it a try for a month. You find out, you know what, it's too complicated to count the containers or figure out what makes a meal, because I know that's what I struggled with the most. Then the 2B mindset would be the way to go, because that is more of a visual, which myself's a visual learner, which don't take my opinion as like me trying to sway you either. I'm just telling you what works for me too, I guess. Maybe I shouldn't say that, but these are the containers that you get when you purchase when you purchase 21 Day Fix. Sorry, I get my twos confused here. 21 Day Fix, or if you can also just purchase these by themselves, but usually whenever you start out with anything, they recommend you getting this, or if you go the 2B mindset route. So let me share my screen here and show you a couple of things. So the containers, I guess just do a basic overview of what the containers are to start. So I'll make it a little bit bigger just so it's, depending on if you're looking on a mobile device or a computer, it depends. So your green container. So let's just start with that. Let's explain which of the containers are. Your green container is for any vegetable. So this is a serving of a vegetable. That's what this is. It's a serving of a vegetable. And it is equivalent to, I have my little cheat sheet here to tell me, and I drop everything on the ground. Can't wait till I have like an actual desk to work at here in my bedroom. But anyway, so it is, a green is equivalent to 1 cup or 8 ounces. So if you have a cup at home, like a measuring cup, that's a green. So your purples are going to be your fruits, and that looks like it's also a cup. Yep, it is also a cup as well of a fruit. So that is what your purple is. And then your reds, of course, are your protein. So which I know like some people are like, how do I fit these into, like if I'm measuring out stuff, how do I fit them into some of these? But we'll talk about that here in a few minutes. So this is going to be like half, this is half of a cup. So this would be like half of a chicken breast is equivalent to that. And we'll get into that in a little more detail here in a few minutes. But so then your carbs are going to be your yellows. So of course, like any rices, pastas, beans, it's going to be your yellow cup, which the one I'm reading off is real tiny. So I'll get into the breakdown here in a few moments. And then your blues are going to be any healthy fats. So like any cheeses, any nuts, avocado, hummus, anything like that. This would be like a serving of that. And then you also get, and I kind of dropped it on the floor, no perfection here, people. This is real life. You get that with me, real life. The orange, you get 2 of these, which I lost my other one, but I actually think it's all the kids probably have it, who knows. But you actually get 2 of these. So like you could have one maybe to have like some nuts in it, or some nuts, some seeds. The blue is for your healthy fats, which are nuts. These would be like your seeds, so any sunflower seeds, pumpkin seeds, especially this time of season, or your salad dressing. That's what would go into that. So that's kind of overview here, and I will post this on our team page as well, so don't feel like you need to try to remember what that just said to you. Whoops. Yes, I know I stopped sharing my screen. And then here is what I was telling you about with the conversion. So let's go to that, and I'll make this a little bit bigger. So again, we'll just walk down through them one more time, and don't worry about trying to remember. I will post this to our team page under container system and the 2B mindset units. So you'll see that. So again, a vegetable is going to be equivalent to a cup. So any veggies and fruits, these are 1 cup. So everybody has measuring cups at home, right? So don't feel the need to go out and have to buy these. Like I said in the beginning, you can use, like I talked about in the 2B mindset video, to go out and make the investment in purchasing go out and purchase containers, storage containers. And make sure that they're ones that fit together, because it just makes it easier for storage. And then you can just use your measuring cups you have at home if you want to follow the container system. So these are 1 cup. Your yellow is a half of a cup, which these are your starches and your carbs. Whereas your protein, which is your red, is 3/4 of a cup. And your blues is 1/3 of a cup, which this would be like your healthier nuts, your cheeses, avocados, things like that. And then you usually get 2, which is just 2 tablespoons, and you get 2 of these of a dressing. So dressing or seeds. Now, I thought the one that I'm showing you here actually had the ounces broken out in it too, and it doesn't. I apologize for that. I will make myself a note to, I do have one. At this time, I'm not quite sure exactly where it is, so I don't want to waste time or take away from this trying to find it. So I'm going to make myself a note to find the ones with the ounces on it, and that'll be the one that I'll post to our team page for you guys to have to reference back to. So it will only not have the cups like this. It'll have the same format with what size cup, measuring cup it is, but it'll also have the ounces, because again, trying to fit chicken breast into this, let's be real. Measuring it is usually something that's going to be a little easier, like on a scale. But don't worry if you don't have a scale either, because I'm going to show you some other things with that too. So let me stop sharing that. I know that that's annoying probably, but it just makes it a little easier for me to like open and close what I'm trying to show you, especially with these, because there's a lot of different things I want to show you. So let's go ahead and actually just jump right into it here. I want to show you based off of 21 Day Fix, what it actually looked like, what this looks like what do these containers convert to, because right now it probably doesn't make sense at all. So where I am at, just so you know where I am on Beachbody On Demand on my laptop, and if you go under program materials, and this is for every single one of them, so remember guys, the container system or 2B mindset works with any Beachbody program that is out there, okay? So you should be following with any of them, even if they're older programs, don't worry about it. Like if you don't hip hop abs, don't worry about it. Either follow the container system or 2B mindset. And again, this is not something that's cumbersome or complicated. So if it seems like it is, just take the time to break it down, understand it, ask me questions, get me to help you. I gladly will, guys. That's what I'm here for. So I'm under the materials tab on 21 Day Fix. And this is just the most easiest one to explain it with. If you just start here, now there's Autumn. So again, all these have this too. I'm not going to try to make this a Beachbody On Demand overview, but when you come down into here, if you're doing the container system, everything is based off of this exact same calculation, okay? Which I'll give that to you guys too on there, just so you can see what it like. If you're going to follow this, sometimes especially if you're following an older program, it doesn't have this calculation in there for you, and it's just based off of your weight times 11 to give you your baseline of calories that you need to take in, and then you're going to add in 40 based off of that baseline to get your excuse me, maintenance calories. You're going to take your maintenance calories times 750 to get your target calories. I know that's a lot of words and a lot of numbers, but don't overthink it. Literally, it's just to get you, it's literally taking this, guys. You weigh this much, right? So you need to figure out how much food should you be taking in order to complete that exercise based off of the average of how many calories you're going to burn, okay, during a workout. And then it gives you a target calorie range. So remember, you want to take in enough calories and enough nutrients and enough foods in order to, whenever you do these workouts, you're burning fat, you're building lean muscle, and you're not starving to death, right? So you want that healthy balance of putting food into your body so you have energy to burn, but not too much that you're not burning fats that are in your body, right? So all the wonderful nutritionists and professional trainers within Beachbody have created this wonderful calculation to figure out which calorie bracket you fall into, which tells you how much vegetables, fruits, proteins, carbs, healthy fats, seeds and salad dressings, or seeds and dressings, oils, nut butters to eat in a day. So that's exactly all this is. It's just a wonderful calculation to break it down into this, to say what you should be eating each day. So once you get your target calorie range, wherever it falls, say it falls between 1,500 and say it's 1,600. So of course you're going to be in plan B because that falls between the calorie range of 1,500 and 1,799 calories. Okay, so that means you need to be taking in, and don't make this complicated, guys, you need to be taking in 4 servings of veggies, okay? You need to be taking in 3 servings of a fruit, okay? You need to be taking in 4 servings of a protein, 3 servings of a carb, 1 serving of a healthy fat, which is always across the board, okay? It's the veggies, the fruits, and the proteins and the carbs that change, and then your nut butters and stuff like that. But 1 of a seed and a salad dressing, okay? So that's why you get 2 of oranges whenever you buy the container system, because you're going to have your nuts, or your seeds, your seeds, nuts are blue, your seeds, and then your dressings. Okay, and then you also get an allotted amount of tablespoons a day too. And that would be like your cooking oils, like your cooking oils, that's just that, and then any nut butter, so like peanut butter, avocado, that would be gross, almond butter, stuff like that would fall into your nut butters. And then anything that you don't see there is considered an accessory. So of course, like your milk, which I think that may actually fall into a carb, so I take that back. So like your accessories, your mustards, mayonnaise, ketchup, alcoholic beverages, cake, whatever falls outside of that. So those are your accessories. Okay. So there she gives you kind of a little overview again of what the containers are. And then here is a nice little sample of what it should be. So this is actually someone that falls in plan A. So let's just scroll back up so you can see this for a second. So plan A is this one. Whoops, sorry guys. Oh, go away. It's this plan right here, all right? So we come back down. They took the plan and this is what they did. Your total containers is at the bottom, which is verbatim from what was up top for plan A. And then she broke it out between where it falls. So in this one, it's very simple. So again, like I said, in the 2B mindset, when you first start, you want it to be simple. And then the more comfortable you get with making it, talking with me or what have you, it's gonna get easier. It's just a matter of baby steps, guys. Rome wasn't built in a day. Just take your time, learn about the food, learn where it falls, and then just build from there. And again, if we work together, we'll get 4 solid meal plans for you, depending on what meal system you follow. It doesn't matter. Or if you do a hybrid of both, which will be the 3rd video that I'll be showing you of what I do. It's really simple, guys, once you break it down. And once you just get the 4 basic ones down, then we can start building and making them more complicated. And then 2, you learn what foods fall in which bracket. So again, guys, don't get overwhelmed. I think that might be it in here as far as that goes. Yes, it is. Okay. So, I think this might be a workout calendar, but I just want to check. Oh, no, it's not. So a tally sheet. So she does on here, which I can definitely share this with you guys as well. These tally sheets, which do come in handy when you're first starting. I did try to make one in Excel, and I just never went back and actually took the time to do it, so it automatically calculates for you. But if that's something you're interested in, putting it into a spreadsheet, I can certainly work with you to help you. But sometimes the tally sheets work. So again, it's the same concept. Fill in what's for each and make it look like the example that I just showed you. So for your meals, what are you having? So this is, of course, based off of a 6 meal a day, which we can adjust it to fit you. If you're just planning on doing a breakfast, lunch, snack, and a dinner, that's only 4 meals. Because remember, every time you eat something, regardless of how big or small it is, it's considered a meal. So I know, like, I've had people say to me in the past, and I've been guilty of doing this too, well, I barely ate anything today. Well, if you actually sit down and think every time you put food into your mouth, how many times you actually ate that day? Who cares if you took a handful of nuts here? That's 1. You ate a little bit of yogurt here. Well, that's 2. You ate a couple potato chips. 3. You went back and you ate a couple more potato chips. There's 4 meals. You ate a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. There's 5 meals. So do you see how it adds up really quickly if you're not paying attention to what you're eating? And that's actually what happens. Like, we get so busy with life that we don't actually plan out our meals. And then we think, well, I didn't really eat today. And really, you actually ate 5 times today. They weren't actual, like, nutritious meals to nourish your body. And that's where a lot of this whole journey comes into play. Everybody thinks it's the workouts. It's the workouts. The workouts help. Don't get me wrong. The workouts do help, and they speed up your progress, and they do help you build muscle. But if your nutrition isn't on key and on point at least 80% of the time, then it's not going to matter, guys. You can work out till you're blue in the face. There's no workout program that will help you. So it really all starts with the nutrition, and really then it'll all fall into play. That's why in the 2B Mindset video, I told you that 2B is designed so you don't have to work out. It's designed, so if you're like someone who hates working out, absolutely hates it, which everybody hates it, I even hate it, that's a topic for another day, but if your nutrition is on point and you're sticking to it, you'll lose the weight and keep it off, guys, okay? So I'll share these tally sheets with you as well, just for examples, and I'll help you with that. So here, under the nutritions tab, here is what I really want to hone in on and spend some time with. So when we talked about 2B Mindset, she gave a list of just an assortment of foods. Like, she went through what FFCs were, which of course were your carbs and your fruits. It was just everything all lumped together, if you know what I mean. Like, it was just every single thing that was approved thrown into a list. Okay, there was no rhyme or reason to the ordering of them based off of nutritional value or whatever. One thing I love about that Autumn did with the container system was she took these foods and grouped them based off of nutritional value. So if we look at your greens, if you look at the vegetables, everything that's at the top, the higher up the food is on the list for any of these on this sheet, the more nutritious that food is for you. So kale is going to be way better for you than lettuce. That's not iceberg, okay? Because we all know iceberg's a junk lettuce, right? So it doesn't mean that you can't eat iceberg? No. Does it mean that you can't just have regular lettuce? No. That's not what that means at all. It's just saying that kale, since it's higher up on the list, has more nutritional value than iceberg or lettuce does, because it's lower on the list. So it all pertains to all of it. Okay, guys? So this is a good start for if you're like, I don't know what veggies there are. I don't know what I would like to eat. I really love her list because it's actually stuff that I know and will eat. Whereas a 2B Mindset list, it's kind of like, I don't know. I don't know what some of these things are. So there's spinach on here, which of course we all know kale is more nutritious than spinach, but spinach is way better than just spring mix or iceberg. So know that, of course, there's broccoli on here, asparagus, beets, tomatoes, tamales, pumpkins, squash, like there's all string beans, peppers, banana peppers, carrots, like artichokes, eggplants, like everybody knows what these things are. So I really love her list in and of that. And the same thing goes for your fruits. There'll be your purple containers. And based off that list, depends on how many of these you get to have a day. So, of course, you have your raspberries, blueberries, blackberries, and of course, those are going to be better than like your grapes or your, well, that's probably not bad, better than like applesauce or like salsa. But again, there's stuff on here that you can eat, like papayas, kiwi fruits, cherries, like all this stuff I know you guys have heard of. Same thing goes for your reds, so your meats, which here like sardines. I don't think I ever ate sardines. I don't know if I could, but anyways, 7 medium sardines, your boneless chicken breasts, which mostly like, okay, most of them, it's like half of a breast. That's how I always measured it. Half of a breast is 1 container. Okay, so if you have a whole chicken breast, then that's going to be 2 of these. So just keep that in mind. Of course, everyone knows this, beef is bad for you. I know a lot of us eat beef, especially myself. I grew up eating beef, and it's actually really bad for you. It's high in cholesterol, so you want to try to stick with more lean meats, like your chicken, your turkey. Don't get me wrong, we still eat beef every once in a great while, but we mostly stick to our lean meats. My husband's a big hunter too, so we get a lot of deer, of course, which is another lean meat, and other animals too, but just say deer. So all that stuff's good too, and any fish, of course, is good for you. Salmon. I know salmon is a little bit more expensive, guys. I understand that. But if you think about it, you get a big fillet for like $23. But really, that's probably like 2 or, well, depending on how many people in your family, like if it's just you going to eat that or you and your husband, that'll last you for a few days. You can just slice it and freeze it. Here's your wild game stuff too. And your eggs, of course, Greek yogurt, you want to try to stick with the 1%. But again, guys, don't get so caught up on that either. Like if you are just starting, it is baby steps. It's baby steps. I am not eating the way I am today because I started out this way. It's been an evolving process. I mean, as you go through it, you learn about the foods, which is what is, to me, the most rewarding piece of it, is you learn about the food and how it affects your body and what your results are, what results you want, and then just keep going from there. Of course, your Shakeology falls into a protein as well. So just know that too. I guess I should have known that on the 2B video, but that falls as a protein as well. So then your yellows, someone's trying to get in. Your yellows is your carbs. So of course, sweet potatoes, yams, pinto, beans, peas, rice, any pastas. I mean, guys, if you still want to eat pastas, we still eat pastas too. There's lots of healthier pasta alternatives, such as you can make cauliflower pizza crust. You can use zucchini in your lasagna. You can make zoodles, zucchini noodles. There's all kinds of other healthy alternatives, but don't fret if you're just starting and trying to do that. Eat whole grain. Start there. That's what we did too. We started with whole grain. And then now we barely ever eat noodles. Noodles are like a treat for us. But again, you don't have to get that way either. Like if that's not something you strive to do, that's fine too. Nothing's right or wrong here, guys. So your blue container, of course, is avocado, which I like avocado, especially on my salads and even in like wraps and stuff. And that's all you get is a little bit, but that's okay, right? So any of your nuts too, like your almonds, your cashews, peanuts, pistachios, things like that, they actually give you the count here, which is nice. But again, it'll fill this. But again, if you don't have the containers too, like I said, I'm going to share the actual measurements with the cup sizes and the ounces. I have that written here so you guys can see that. And then of course with your orange containers, you get 2 of these when you order it too. One would be used for your dressings, and then the other would be used for any nuts that you, or any nuts. I keep wanting to say that. Nuts are blue, guys. Nuts are blue. I don't want to confuse you. I'm confusing myself, apparently. Oranges are for your dressings and your seeds. Pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds, sesame seeds, flax seeds, things like that. And then, of course, she has a whole list of 21-day fix dressings, which if you guys check out the Fixate cookbook that I have on our team page, it has a lot of those dressings in there too. And they're mostly like vinaigrette based, which is something you want to stick with. I mean, again, start small. If you don't like, I used to hate vinaigrettes, but then I kind of like got myself towards it, and that's where I am. I mean, if you still want to use ranch, just look at the backs and try to think of healthier alternatives. So I was saying tablespoons earlier. It is teaspoons. So that teaspoons is what those spoons meant for like your oil. So when you're cooking, of course, you want to stick with like olive oils or coconut oils. You want to try to like get away from the other ones because they have cholesterol and stuff in them too. That's not good for you. As you know, that clogs your organs and what increases risks for heart attacks. So cholesterol is something you want to pay attention to, especially if heart disease runs in your family. But then also, you know, this falls in here like any of your nut butters, as well as butter in and of itself. Some people still use butter to cook with, which is fine. That's what we used to always use. But just know that that is what you're using for your cooking, which is mostly where these teaspoons fall into place. And then any mayonnaise. So if we come down here, your freebie foods, the water bar, I'm not quite sure what that is, but anyways, of course, you want to be shooting, since we're talking about water there, we want to be pushing for 80 ounces, at least if you're just starting with water. If you're into water, you're getting 80 ounces in, that's great. Start bumping it up. You should know that taking your body weight, dividing it in half, is how many ounces of water you should drink. And of course, if you divide that by 8 or 16, that'll tell you how many cups, depending on what size cup you have that you need to drink. So you want to be shooting for that always and trying to hit that water goal. Again, you can infuse your fruit. You can infuse your water with lemons, limes, any berries, things like that. Also, you can pay attention to like Neos or Crystal Light packets to help infuse your water if you're not a big water drinker, to give it some flavor. I asked you pay attention to the back of those. You want to stick with stuff that's low in sugar. 0 is ideal. You do not want to be drinking your sugar, guys. You want to be getting your natural sugars from your foods. And then anything, some of them are high in sodium. You want to keep that to 0 too, guys. You don't want to be adding extra salt into your diet. That's unnecessary. I mean, if you're using salts to flavor your food, flavor it. You should be making strides then to flavor it as it's being cooked with the salt, not afterwards, okay? And then eventually you do want to wean yourself away from using salt even in general and push to more herbs and more natural seasonings. Just, guys, salt's so bad for your body. I mean, do the research yourself, Google it. It's horrible for your body. Your body just, it's just not good. It's bad for your organs. It makes you swell. It's really bad. It causes lots of heart problems too. So in a country where, you know, cardiovascular disease is on like a heck of a rise, you want to kind of eliminate that as much as you can. So again, it's not going to happen overnight, guys. If you're a big salt person, just start paying attention and weeding yourself off. Of course, any Tabasco sauces, anything like that is all considered free. Mustard is considered free too. I think I talked about that in a 2B video. And because there's nothing in it. So again, just pay attention to the backs too. If it's not on a list, that doesn't mean you, like, the list should be your Bible in the sense that, like, if you're new to this and you don't know where to start, those are the foods you want to start to introduce into your diet. But just take it slow. Don't completely cut stuff out, especially if you're someone that's been doing it for a really long time. Like, wean yourself off because your body is actually going to feel it. I know people actually don't believe that until they've actually done it, but your body weans off of the food and your body will go through detox too as you like get rid of the foods and stuff. That's why you push the water. Water helps get rid of toxins from your system as well. And then if you're drinking Shakeology, you will notice if you're just now starting it in the first like couple of days, you're going to go a lot and that's your body cleaning out all the junk and shit that's in there, literally, no pun intended, that's in your body and getting rid of it. So, I mean, it's normal. That's just what happens. Of course, if you're a vegan, they have vegan eating plans out there too. But then if you go here and look at the eating plan, 2B mindset, or with 2B, stage 21 to 6, 2B, with the container system. Let's just go through this real quick just to show you. Like, and all these programs have this, guys. If they don't, go back to one that you know has it and then go from there. Yeah, we've looked at this. So this gives you, it's literally all it is then too, guys, is just these containers based off of a formula of how many calories you're supposed to take in a day. And then branching it out between, like, these are how many fruits, vegetables, proteins, carbs, etc. that you're supposed to have in a given day, and then making a meal out of it. And now I know when I say that, people are like, oh my gosh, how do I make a meal out of containers? Well, let me show you. If you have Beachbody On Demand, which you highly should, it's $99 for a year, guys. If you have any questions about it too, I'll gladly assist you with that as well. But you go under the Nutritions tab, I believe that's where it is. If not, it's back a step. Yep, underneath the Nutritions tab, Fixate. Everybody has Fixate if you have Beachbody On Demand. She is coming out with a volume 2 that's going to be geared more towards children too. And I guess they have completely revamped this container system. So I'm actually really excited to see about that. So I may be doing a post-edit video already about this. But here she goes through like what the container system is in her detail about rating your pantry, meal planning and prepping and stuff like that. And if you keep scrolling down, here's some breakfast recipes and things like that. And all of these follow the containers. So let's just look at these blueberry muffins here. Okay, so there you go. You can download that PDF yourself, and right there it tells you container equivalents per serving is 1.5 yellows and then 1 teaspoon. So that tells you exactly what it is. So if you're having troubles, guys, it's not hard. All of these, all the tools are right here. It's just a matter of taking the time to look, asking me if you have any questions. And again, this whole entire cookbook here for Fixate is on our team page. So I'm going to just flip here real quick and show you that. So Fixate recipes unit. And then literally right here, guys, just click on the link and it'll take you directly to that for Beachbody On Demand. If you have to have Beachbody On Demand, though, if you don't, it will not work for you, unfortunately. So then there you go. There's the whole recipe cookbook right for you, all container system approved. There are so many recipes. I know I just scrolled through that really fast, but there's so many things. There's breakfasts, entrees, soup, sides and snacks, soups and salads, sauces, dressings, seasonings, dessert and cocktails. Who doesn't like cocktails? And then some additional Shakeology recipes she has in there too. And then they all at the top tell you what they cover. So this one here, banana apple muffins, it's gluten-free and vegan. So the GF, that's what that means, gluten-free. And then the VG means it's vegan. So that's, of course, a purple and a blue. So it's just paying attention to, like, as you're making things too, does it have a vegetable in it? How much? Does it have a protein in it? How much? So see, that's where I'm not trying to give you guys my opinion, but in my mind, that system's a little harder for me to follow than the 2B mindset. But again, it's good to give them both a try so you can see what's out there. I'm gonna stop sharing. But then to also understand that you can kind of like mix them together, which is the third video that I am going to do. So I'm going to wrap up this one. If you guys have any questions about these containers, how to get them, where to get them, help with meal planning, even if you're going to be doing 2B or you're not sure, or maybe a hybrid like myself and you want help, guys, I will sit down with you and help you figure out through a Zoom call, face-to-face, help you figure out 4 solid meal plans to get you guys going, okay? If you have any questions, that's what I'm here for. Reach out, guys, okay? So have a great day, and yeah, if you have any questions about this, let me know, and I will be posting this one shortly, and then be posting the video number 3 here either tonight or early tomorrow morning. So thanks, guys. Bye.